everybody, I'm Lakshmi. I work as a data science mentor at DataMites. In this video, I'll be telling you about the very famous and popular business intelligence tools or data visualization tool, which we call it as Tableau. Before getting started with Tableau, we'll just understand what is this data visualization, why visualizing the data is very important. First, we'll try to understand what is a data, right? A data is an information, it's a collection of information or it's a collection of known facts, right? That is a data. Day-to-day life, we generate tons and tons in amount of data with respect to any industries or organization or me, you, we are also responsible for this data generation. A picture we click, a video we record, everything constitutes a data generation. When you see over a decade, massive amount of data is getting generated. All this data should be stored somewhere in order to utilize it in the future. So storing the data, analyzing what is happening in the data, getting the trends, and then interpreting the patterns is very important for any business organization or a stakeholder in order to come to a conclusion or in order to take any decisions, right? Don't you all agree? Over the past decade, all the organizations are creating massive amount of data. All the organization. For example, we are talking about all the organization or the business stakeholders. Everybody are creating huge amount of data with respect to their business, products, their sales, profit, everything. For example, for a X company, there is a company X. So this company wants to analyze its profit, analyze its year profit, or it needs to analyze the sales, what it is making in a year, or let's say it needs to analyze how a product X is making in the market Y, how the product or the particular product is going with respect to that location. Everything needs to be analyzed for a stakeholder in order to come to a right decision. How are we doing this? How are we doing this? That is where your data is playing a role. All the data is collected. This data which is collected needs to be analyzed, right? These to be analyzed, then interpretation happens. Then only we can come to a decision or we can get a insight out of it, right? But how this analysis is happening? So for me, you, for every human, to seeing to those numbers and getting a conclusion is very difficult, right? Very difficult. That is where your visualization is coming into picture. That is where data visualization is coming into picture. What do you mean by visualization is using some visuals or some graphs. Okay, using some graphs, we will analyze the data. For example, I need to take an example. Let's say we have a company A and we have a company B. We are talking about the profit these two companies are making. In order to understand what's the profit A and B companies make, there are some X factors, right? There is like what is the sales, what are the products, how is their quality, and so on so forth. We have X factors. So let's say we have considered all the factors and we plotted a graph with respect to the time, how the profit is making. Profit making is happening with various respect to various products. Let's say for company A, the trends goes something like this. For company B, it is going like this. So what can be our interpretation? As the time flies, the profit the company A makes is going higher, right? Profit is getting increased. But when you analyze with respect to company B, it is getting a lower trend. That is like profit is decreasing. So there are some extra-influential factors which is affecting the profit making. Don't you understand? Visualizing through these is very easy rather than understanding with the numbers. This is where visualization concept came into picture. This is a line graph. We have pie chart, bar graph, we have and we have like funnel chart, tree charts. Likewise, we have n number of visuals in order to understand what's happening in the organization. How to visualize it? We understand data is there. In order to analyze the data, we need to visualize it. But how to visualize it? How to visualize it? There comes into picture something called as BI tools, which stands for business intelligence tools. Business intelligence tools, and one of the powerful business intelligence tool is your Tableau. Use Tableau is a software which makes your my life easier in order to analyze and visualize the data in a very useful manner, right? So what is the understanding of ours is massive amount of data gets generated. In order to get any insight from the data, we need to analyze it. For me to analyze with the help of visuals or graphs is very more easier. That's where people shifted to these business intelligence tools. And one of the powerful business intelligence tool is your Tableau. Let's get introduced ourselves to the environment of Tableau. This is how the environment of Tableau looks like. You need search any of your search engines, go to any of your search engine, just type like Tableau public. Tableau public is the free version where we can explore ourselves. For the beginners, it's more than enough. There are paid versions as well, but we'll stick on to Tableau public. If you just go and search Tableau public. As soon as you install it, it will ask you to give a certain basic credentials. Give those, install it, and then download it and install it. If you just open the Tableau, this is how the environment would look like. So we understand like data is very important. Right? We understood data is important. Without data, there's nothing going to happen. In order to come to any conclusion, we need to analyze something. That something is your data. So we need to feed the data into Tableau in order to get the visuals or graphs. So this data has n number of sources. So whatever the source of data may be, that can be connected to your Tableau. One of this, see to these, where my cursor is pointing to, these are the sources of data. If your data is in the form of an Excel, yes, Excel can also be connected. Text files, JSON files, any PDF, or you can even connect any data server and you can explore all other data sources. Anything can be your source of data that can be connected to Tableau in order to get the graphs. For our working, I'm taking a data which is in the form of an Excel. How to load the data into the Jupyter environment? Not Jupyter, that is your Tableau environment. Just go to here, just click on Microsoft Excel. Just click on Microsoft Excel. So a dialog box will pop up. Just select the source of the data. For my working, I'm selecting a data which is called as orders data. Just click on that. and click on open. The data will be loaded on to the Tableau environment. Yes, whatever was there in my Excel got loaded to your Tableau environment. The Excel has these many columns. It has row ID, order date, ship date, ship mode, customer ID. These are the various columns that my data had. It has all these columns. Okay. What is this data set is all about is the data set is all about the orders which is made on different products to different regions. We have the sales analysis, profit analysis, so on in the data set. Okay, we have products and subcategory of those products, how much sales it is making, what is the profit it is making. Every information we have it in this orders data. So in this video, we got introduced to data visualization and understood there is a Tableau which is there helping us to visualize the data. And I also told you what is a Tableau, interface of Tableau, how to load the data into the Tableau. In the next video, I'll be introducing you all to various visuals, how to draw a pie chart, how to draw a bar graph, how to draw a scatter plot, line plot, everything. Let's catch up on the next video. Thank you.